Okay, let's see what we're getting here. Nothing's showing. Ah, there we go. Hey, I was gonna talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing, what I decided, what I learned yesterday. I was talking a little bit about that I have no credit at all, and kind of showed a little bit of what that looked like, and that my credit score was absolutely at zero. So I have none. And so I was going to do some things to possibly improve my credit. And I was talking yesterday about seeing if I could get secured credit card. And I got a response from a friend who talked about the fact that he had messed up his credit at one point in time, and went out and got one of these secured credit cards. And I wish I had kind of put up the message I got from this person saying when they bought a house, the attorney who was part of the closing said that my friend's credit score was better than the attorney's. And they took pride in this, that they had managed to turn it all around from getting an early, I believe it was Filene's Basement or Filene's department store credit card, and much like I had messed mine up with Sears a long time ago. And had gone about the route of choosing some secured credit cards. And so, as the conversation went, thought about it. Well, if getting a secured card is good, why wouldn't getting multiple be better? And so I got kind of what's showing up, and let me see if I can zoom in a little bit on this and show you exactly what it is that. Let's see. Come on in. Tighter, 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 tighter. And maybe down a little bit. And, oh, wrong direction. Okay. So, here's what we got. And so this is again on that Credit Karma, and I'm not getting paid by Credit Karma to say their service is the best, but I actually think it's pretty good service, at least so far. It gives me lots of options. So it's telling me here are some cards, it's rating the card, it tells me the odds that it thinks that I would get the card, gives me an option to apply through them, and I'm guessing that's where they're making their money, is they're actually getting money from these credit card companies and things to do it. But it gives me a whole host of cards, and these were its top picks. So I just kind of gone through and done that. I think if I'm here, it gave me more cards generally to look at. So I was thinking, well, why wouldn't I get multiple cards? And let's see if I can zoom this back out a little bit. Because reality is, and I don't know how the whole credit thing works, but I imagine it has something to do with how much good credit is being reported versus how much derogatory credit. And the total amount of credit being consumed is important. The old saying of, if you don't owe anybody any money, then you can't borrow any money. Well, I'm not looking to owe people a whole bunch of money at this point in time. I'm just looking to get some credit. So if what I have to do is these secured cards where I actually have to put down some cash, and then I get a credit limit, I'm guessing probably equal to the amount of cash that I put in, at least initially. Then why wouldn't I get multiple cards? Instead of getting, $1,000 card, why wouldn't I get, a $100 card and a couple of $200 cards and maybe a $500 card? So now there are 4 cards reporting all the time. I know that my monthly bills require that I spend more than that, whether it's just paying utilities and phone bills and things like that, and gas. And to use those, put it on there, and then instead of just using the debit card that I have, which is just cash that I have in my pocket, but I'm able to use it in the form of a Visa card or a MasterCard debit card. So why wouldn't I use a real card and then use that cash to pay it off um, each month? And I don't believe I'm going to get a negative credit. I can't go below zero. But the fact that I pay my bill, so you're paying it off every month. And so one of the things I'm going to have to talk to some credit experts about is what percentage of the debt that you incur should you be paying back all the time in order to establish maximum credit. And I don't want to be just spending money on interest in order to gain better credit. But the reality is I've got to spend money on something to get better credit. So if I'm spending a little bit of interest, leaving a balance month over month, but making sure that that money has been set aside so that at some point in time when I want to just pay those cards off and have zero balance, maybe that's for a trip that I'm going to be taking that would require more money available on those cards, that I have that cash just sitting there ready to go to work for me. So those are the types of things I'm looking at. The interest rates on these cards are crazy sick high, 20 some odd percent. And, I'm not sure why when you have something secured it should be that high, but it just is. It is what it is. Not going to sit and fuss about it today. But just wanted to say, thank you for the feedback. Going to try this. Probably just start with 2 cards maybe, and then add more if it makes sense. Not sure if the next thing to do will be to add some sort of secured loan through a bank. Going to try to figure out which one of those things works. Not adding car payment or anything. That car payments are bad, muy malo. Don't like car payments, so I'm not trying to. I have 3 working vehicles, of which one of them blew up, so I blew rods in the engine, but Kia gave me a new engine for the car, so why would I get rid of it just to take on a car payment at this point in time when I want to have other things? But it's also something I probably need to talk about because I want to build maximum credit so I can do the things that I want to do. Having flexibility is important to me. That's all I got for now. And I'm gonna get out of here, go back to work. Actually, this is my break. Some things that I'm doing, I ingested some media so that we can use it for B-roll or use it for interviews that have to be transcribed and need it to transcode, and that's just a process that takes time. So while my computer is working in the background, I decided I would jump on and share with you what I've learned from yesterday to today. And I'll be back tomorrow. See you then. Peace.